92.7 WOBM, Sean Sue with you with Train on this Tuesday morning, 64 degrees, 8:39 is our time. This is a cool thing, Sue, that we're going to be doing right now. We're going to be talking about a book which was put together by local authors who are teachers here locally and inspired by events here locally at the Jersey Shore.
Sure.
So this is a fantastic project. Joining us right now are Kevin McCormick and Lillian Stulich, and they have put together what's called Host a Little Ghost and the Story of the Mystical Mums.
Cute.
That's quite a mouthful there, but we're going to find out all about the story.
Love it. Who are we starting with?
We'll say good morning to both of you
Hi,
first.
guys.
Good morning,
Good
Kevin. Good morning, Lillian.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, Lillian, are you excited?
Very excited. to share
Lillian,
our book.
I'm just going to turn the mic a little bit to your face.
Okay.
All right, Lillian. Are you a little nervous here, Lillian?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Well, don't
But
be
I'm
nervous.
used to
Don't
talking
be
in front of
nervous.
students. So
Now, what grade do you teach, Lil?
I teach sixth
You
grade
mind
social
if I call
studies.
you Lil? You're my BFF
I
now.
don't mind.
All right, social studies. Oh,
Social studies.
I'm
Sixth grade
so
social
not good
studies.
at it. Sean loves it,
Yeah,
right?
well,
I'm not good at it, Lil. All right.
We'll work with her,
So
Lillian.
let's
We'll work
talk.
with her.
She doesn't want to talk social studies. Look at her. She is focused on this book.
I want to share our book with you this morning.
Good.
All right.
Share it.
Let's begin with the beginning. This story came out of what was not a good story, which was Superstorm Sandy.
Exactly.
Tell us about the connection. You're both teachers, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Kevin's retired, but before his retirement, we were inspired to write our book. It was the day that we got back from Superstorm Sandy. It was 2012, November of 2012, and we were on lunch duty. Prior to lunch duty, I had surveyed my class, and I had asked them what they experienced during the 2 weeks off during the recovery. Some of them said they volunteered in storm shelters. They came to the schools, and they helped people. Some people lost their homes. And other students just went through, like I went through, I lost my power for 12 days, which in the big picture is nothing. But with that, when Kevin and I were on lunch duty, and that was in the back of my mind, we looked around the cafeteria, and we noticed that there was a big change within our school, within our cafeteria. The kids were genuinely relieved to be back in the building. They were happy to see one another, and there was a new spirit of community. It was a feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It was more of a feeling of a new community spirit. And with that, Kevin and I were talking about the kids who missed trick or treat and the fact that they were still happy to be back at school, happy. A renewed energy was in the building. So we were talking about that. We were talking about things that my daughter experienced as well, just as a little girl, toys that she had. We saw one girl with a little doll in lunch. She might have been a 7th or an 8th grader, and to me that was interesting that she had this little doll. Maybe it gave her comfort. And we were saying, there's something here, and I want to capture it. So we came up with an idea. We said, well, let's brainstorm an idea. And it took a while, but then we came up with an idea that this little ghost comes to town, and he represents the spirit of community, caring, family. So it's not directly in line with the storm itself, but the idea of what came of it. Community, love, being a better brother, a sister, a parent, whatever your role is in the community. So with that said, we came up with this idea of Host a Little Ghost and the Story of the Mystical Mums. And we wanted to make it a safe, fun, welcoming story. So we were trying to figure out how to bring this little ghost to town. And that's where I came up with the idea for the myth of the Halloween mums, where it's a magical time. Instead of a sad time, Halloween should be magical, mystical, and bring about joy for kids. And they'd gone through a lot. And again, just that idea of community renewal.
And Kevin, we all felt that, what Lillian just talked about. Like, I remember we were on the air pretty much 24 hours. We would, because everyone did lose power. And I'll never forget that feeling.
Yeah.
And then finally, everybody's sort of getting back to normal, what was normal to us at that moment. It was such, I remember that feeling. And the feeling is so hard to justify and I can't imagine what kids went through, Kevin.
Let's just say, too, Kevin, you guys
Yes.
were in the Toms River East District, correct, at the
Yes,
time?
we got hit very hard.
We got
and
hit hard,
everybody,
yeah.
pulled
Especially
together.
Silverton, yes.
Yeah, well, I remember when we were on the air that night, the east section of Toms River getting so pounded by the storm. So these were a lot of kids that saw a lot of stuff with the storm.
It was amazing. Again, what Lillian said when we they all pulled together and we came together as a huge community and everybody was volunteering and we had trucks coming in from all over the country and delivering all kinds of things. And that's where the story came from, just our experience of watching the students in the cafeteria all come together and all be friends, and everybody shared everything. It was really nice.
Now, how do folks go about getting the book? The book is a great story for Halloween. It also, now, does the book come with a little ghost, or is that something separate? Tell us about that.
Okay, Kevin had this great idea that when we're making this book, it should be a quality book, and it should be reasonably priced, because I am a social studies teacher, but I'm a writer at heart, a reader at heart, and we wanted to make it affordable. We're promoting literacy, so the book itself retails for $9.95, and you can get it on our website, which is www.littleghostpublishing.com. However, speaking of local places and community, it's also available at Silverton Pharmacy, Board and Stationery in Point Pleasant Beach, and 3 stores, one in Point Pleasant Beach called Big Fun Toys, as well as in Manasquan, Big Fun Toys, and Hoboken, also on Amazon. The other thing I just want to bring up, we have done programs in the community through a couple of our schools, Hooper Avenue Elementary, Silver Bay Elementary, and when we do an assembly, we also make it a fundraiser. We sell books, but we also give money back to the PTO, and that we want to keep that vibe, that idea of community. We're not just selling books, we're sharing literacy, sharing the passion of our book, and hopefully giving back a little bit. So while it's available at retailers, if we are within a school, we like to give a little bit of money back to that school as well.
Excellent, excellent. And of course, the little ghost.
I'm sorry, Sean, you did say the ghost.
The little ghost is cute, and this is something that...
How can I forget my ghost?
Did this come from the student you said you saw at school that day, sort of holding on to the little
that
doll
looked
or
like
whatever?
it was a comfort for her.
A
And so
comfort,
when we developed Little Ghost, we decided to make the doll as well. We have 2 different dolls. This year, we have an embroidered one, and last year we had a sublimation printing doll. You could buy it as a gift set for $20, or you could buy them separately. So as a package, it retails for about $20, and separately about $10 each.
Very cute.
Thank you.
All right, and some of this money goes back into the schools, like you said.
And Little Ghost glows in the dark.
Oh, get out!
No.
The little white guy. Yay!
Yes, he glows in the dark for comfort
can't
and
wait.
friendship.
Let me ask the both of you, when you got back from the time when you were away during the storm, how was it to get the kids focused back? Did it take some time to get them redirected back to thinking school and be focused, or were they pretty focused when they got back?
I have to tell you, they were pretty focused. They were happy to see each other. I think they were looking forward to normalcy and routine and getting back to learning.
Do you still teach in the East section?
Lillian does.
Lillian,
She's still
yeah.
I
in,
do. You're retired,
Intermediate East.
Kev?
I am
You still
retired out of Intermediate East and
Are we
Intermediate
back to
West.
normal yet at school, or is there still a little bit of Superstorm Sandy still, out there?
That's a good
there's a
question.
lot of, different sections of the Jersey Shore that are still rebuilding. I know in my own neighborhood in Southern Ocean County, we're doing
We
it
want to
still.
make sure that those people are not forgotten either. And I'm so glad you had us here today, because it's coming up on, the 3rd anniversary of Superstorm
Yes.
Sandy? And I may have recovered as far as getting my power back, but other people are still building their houses back, waiting
Yes.
for assistance in many different forms. So it's hard for me to say, Sean.
It is
That
an
is
amazing story that you guys put together here, and I think that it's something good that came of something bad. So that's always a good thing when a positive can come out of a negative, like that storm, which did so much damage to everybody. This is really fantastic, and we thank you for coming in today. And you've even brought some extra copies so that we'll be able to share some with our listeners, which is very cool as well.
And give out that website one more time so people can get the book.
Thank you. It's www.littleghostpublishing.com.
Now, we know you don't want to be inspired by another storm, but are you inspired to do any more writing in general,
I'm
though?
so glad you asked. I have a manuscript in my bag right now.
Really?
And it's based on the same characters. And this book is about giving. The Little Ghost one is about giving, but the Christmas one is more about giving in a larger scale. So it's called Host a Holiday Helper and the Myth of the Magical Mistletoe. It's
There
a
you go.
mouthful, but it's a good book.
There you go, helping out once again in the
Thank you.
community. We want to thank Lillian Stulich and Kevin McCormick for coming in and sharing this fantastic project with you. The website again?
www.littleghostpublishing.com.
There you go.
Thank
Helping out
you.
the kids, promoting literacy, giving back to
Lillian,
the PTO.
you did great.
And
Thank you, Sue.
remembering these kids that did a
Kev,
great
you
job.
did great too. I didn't want to forget. Lillian looked a little nervous when she walked
No,
in.
you guys are great. You guys are great. And we'll have chances for you to win some of the books and ghosts coming up in just a little
So
bit.
good.
We'll be back. First, though, we're going to go out to the highways. Nancy Ramey is in with the Ocean County Traffic
Hey,
Watch
Nance.
for your Tuesday morning commute. Good morning, Nance.
All right, good morning. And as we check in